What's up, duelists? Today I've got a different type of video than anything I've really recorded before. This is going to be some tournament testing, but I'm not the one actually testing for tournaments. It's going to be my opponent, Wolf1, who needs practice against Vayu Turbo. So I'm going to be providing him that Vayu Turbo practice. I'm playing my own sort of unique build of Vayu Turbo here. It's 41 cards. It's got a lot of the usual suspects. The biggest changes here are going to be that I am playing triple Dark Grepher and I am playing Elfin the Raven. And then in the sideboard, I'm playing one copy of Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which can be made live with Dark Grepher, Vayu, and Elfin. So that's kind of the point behind the Eradicator. I think it's a solid card. I think it's a solid option for this deck. I think that this deck has such easy access to the viruses that it should definitely play to it. I'm also playing 41 cards like the most recent top 8 list. However, I am maining Royal Oppression, one copy, and I am also maining the Chaos Rusher, the Return, and the Gores, and we're just going to be trying those cards out. Let's go ahead and hop into the match against Wolf1. He most recently topped RBET 2 with Evil Hero Dark Gaia. So it's possible he's testing that. It's possible he's testing something else. But he asked me, yo, can you help me test against Vayu Turbo? And here we are. We're helping him test against Vayu Turbo. Maybe you guys can learn something. It's a pretty popular deck right now, Vayu Turbo. Whether it'll remain being the most popular deck, that's yet to be seen. But alas, here we are. Our opening hand looks pretty normal, but going second is pretty ugly into a Future Fusion. Because we don't... I don't know. It's just a slow hand. We've got Return, which is kind of slow. Dark Arm Dragon, which is a little bit off of being live. It's obviously the best card in the deck, next to Burial. So pretty happy to have it, at least in my hand. But it's just a little bit far off from being live. Thankfully, we don't have any of our Garnets, any of our Blackwing monsters. They would be unideal here. And it looks like he's going to send Snowman and Evil Hero Malicious Edge. So he's playing some type of hero variant, and it looks like it's going to be Evil Hero Dark Gaia yet again. He's going to normal summon Quackimero Guardian. He has to reveal a rock. He's going to reveal the Big Piece Golem. So he's got an Effect Negate in play. We drew Gores. That is a little bit unfortunate. Well, this hand's not great, is it? I think we're going to go... So the plan is going to be Raikou trade with Guardian this turn. Next turn, Torrential the Absolute Zero summon. So set Raikou now. And set Torrential now and pass. If he does something like summon Spirit Reaper... I don't know if he plays that type of card in his deck. But there are some Fiends that hand rip, I think. Maybe. We may want a Torrential this turn. Oh, like that. That's a perfect opportunity to activate our Torrential Tribute. We definitely don't want to be facing down a Grand Mole throughout the course of this game because this card is very good versus Vayu Turbo. We do lose our Raikou, which is... It sucks, but what can be done there? We did draw Gores, which is a very good draw at dealing with a resolved Absolute Zero. So, 2 for 2. Not a happy 2 for 2, but a 2 for 2 nonetheless. We can summon Armageddon Knight, and we can send a Vayu piece. I don't really like that. I'm just going to pass. He's going to summon his Absolute Zero. Hopefully he doesn't have another Quackimero Guardian to beat our Jors, the Emissary of Darkness. If you guys like this type of gameplay, if you guys learned something from this and think you want to show off a deck versus Vayu Turbo, after you can kind of see the weakness of it being super normal summon reliant, come play in an RBET. There's links for all of them in the description below. RBET LA on the way to being sold out, so is RBET New York. Make sure you guys are signed up. RBET Laurel, Maryland, also filling up fast, so make sure and sign up as soon as possible. Those tournaments will sell out. They're the biggest Edison tournaments all year, etc., etc. You guys already get the vibe. So he's going to send Ocean. He's now got the full suite: Evil Guy, Ocean Guy, Rock Guy, Fiend Guy. He just has it all. Earth Guy. He can make any fusion he wants with any fusion spell here. And he's living it up. And yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to Miracle Fusion. He's going to make another guy, a dude, absolute boy, if you will. And that's really going to complicate things for us. Because beating 1 Absolute Zero was hard enough. Beating 2 is going to be a true challenge. This deck usually plays 2 Miracle Fusion. Honestly, he just needs to attack us for 17. And that's all he needs to do. But this also plays into Gores a little bit. It was a really obvious Gores, but I feel like, what else am I supposed to do, you know? If I just summon Armageddon and he just runs it over with the absolute 0 and I like fall further behind. And there's nothing in my grave that I actually want. At least the Gores can buy us a significant amount of time and trade with one of these absolute 0s when the time comes. So maybe we can find like a heavy storm. We'll be able to attack one of the absolute 0s and then heavy storm the other one away because it's attached to the future fusion. Either way, we have a lot of time, and that's really what we needed here was time. Dark Calling is still on the table for a 4500 Dark Gaia, which is terrifying. I would love to draw a heavy storm here. That would be ideal. That is kind of shit, but man. So Armageddon can send Plague. I just don't really see a great level 6 opportunity for us. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set Royal Oppression, and we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to pass the turn, not complicate things too much. Hopefully he doesn't have another water to pump these monsters up. If he does, well, fuck me, I lose. And if he doesn't, then okay, we have another turn. But either way, I guess we could have summoned Armageddon Knight to send Necrogardna to try and prevent some sort of water summon here. It's just not looking good for the home team. Thankfully, Gramble is gone, and oh, is this just a Caius? Sheesh, man. Right, we're just done. We'll just admit defeat. Okay, pretty quick start from him. He went first. He had Future Fusion. He forced the Tarantula with the main deck Gramble, which is a great card versus Vayu Turbo. And because our deck is ironically not very turbo unless you draw Dark Refer, we just lost. We just got out-tempoed and lost. There was consideration to summoning Armageddon to send Necrogardna, but then we just lose our whole board, and he still has 3 lethal threats, and we can only stop one of them with Necrogardna, so we die anyway. We could have Armageddon Knight made Bryonic. Bryonic priority bounce both absolute 0s, but then we lose everything. We don't even get to Dark Armed after that. Do we? Did we have to pitch the Dark Armed? We could have gone Bryonic and tried to force that play. That was probably our only winning line in hindsight. But I wanted to go for, not winning line, but not losing line, I should say. But I wanted to go for something that, I wanted to gamble that he just didn't have a way to clear the Gores and kind of get, hopefully, another draw phase before we were forced to go for that type of line. Because we would have had to go Armageddon Knight. We had Return Caius, Dad, Oppression in hand, right? So we have 4 cards. Armageddon Knight, Send Plague, stack for Plague. That leaves us with 3 cards in hand. We priority pitch. Assuming he doesn't have Solemn, we priority pitch the Caius and the whatever we didn't stack. So we probably priority pitch, I would say, Oppression. And then we stack Return, or we stack Dark Arms, and then we set Return that turn. Yeah, that was probably the line in hindsight. It does get interrupted by a lot, but what can you do? What can you do? In hindsight, that was the line. Next time, I'll be more aggressive about going for that. And he would add a bunch of cards in hand to kill us anyway, so kind of tricky. I do like Compulsory. I do like the Royal Oppression. I actually really do like the Eradicator in this matchup. I think it's going to be very useful. I think Fossil Dino is also going to be very useful. I think our flip effects are pretty bad in this matchup. Raikou, super nimble. They line up pretty poorly against all of the hero stuff. That being said, I still think you need a couple of Raikous just chilling and vibing around. Chaos Sorcerer, not really my cup of tea, especially when we're boarding in the second Oppression. Return from the Different Dimension is really strong. I'm going to leave it in just because it's insanely strong. But it didn't really seem amazing that game now, did it? But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it in. I think it's worth leaving in. So that's 3 cards. Let's see. Let's switch these cards around. See what it looks like. Pretty monster light. Maybe we cut some of these less useful cards. I don't actually like Dust Shoot all that much in this matchup. His payoffs are spells, so I'll cut that boy. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe Solemn? That seems weird, but correct in a weird way. Because, like, whatever we saw him is just going to leave us vulnerable to a Gaia OTK. Alright, this hand is not terrible because we drew Dark Grepher. However, I kind of want to bait him a little bit. I don't think he's ever going for anything that Royal Oppression stops turn 1. So we'll set Raikou, set Heavy Storm. He does have the Grand Mole. That is a little annoying that he opened it both games. He's going to return it to the hand. And we're stuck with the Raikou in hand. This is exactly why I like to side these out. There are just too many cards in that deck that line up well here versus our little guys. We don't have a great answer to Grand Mole, so I'm pretty happy that we didn't go for the Dark Grepher play turn 1. However, I don't really want to play into Jors quite yet. I think... Jesus, this is cringe. He probably has... He doesn't have Stratos. He would have played that for sure. He doesn't have Prisma. He probably would have played that for sure. I think I'm going to go Dark Grepher. Activate. Pitch Necrogardener. Send. Probably Vayu. And then not attack into Jors. We'll just pass. We may end up using the Necrogardener here, and that's totally fine. I just think that may end up being the use case here. I just want to start getting a graveyard set up so we can get towards this Dark Armed, get towards this Royal Oppression. I want to make some action happen here, but our big action play here is Dark Armed Dragon. I don't see us getting a kill through Jors specifically unless we find Dinah. But with our current position, we could maybe set up for that somehow. Like if we go like Grepher, Pitch, Vayu, send Plague, stack for Plague, that gets us the Dark Armed Dragon live, and then we get special Dark Armed. And then if we drew a Dinah, for example, we'd be able to normal the Dinah. However, this is pretty fragile. He's going to set a back row. That's good. Heavy Storm can hit that. And Grepher is going to survive a turn. So that's good for us, I guess. Kind of. Is it time to Heavy Storm yet? I guess if it's like Phoenix Wing, I'd rather activate the Grepher first. So I'll try and activate Grepher first. This can send Sirocco. What would he set is the real question. Let's just Heavy Storm him. I'm curious here. What would he set? Dust Tornado? Okay, cool. And then I'll set Raikou. And I'll set Deep Prison. I think it's Snowman Eater. Yeah, I think it's Snowman Eater. I'll also set Royal Oppression and pass. Now that we have the double Vayu play, we have Deep Prison for Grand Mole, we have Necrogardener for Grand Mole, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable about our situationship with the stuff that's going down. Stratos. That's pretty annoying, but we can clear that. We can clear that for free. So it's just like it's kind of a +1 for him. He's gonna attack the Grepher. So it's always tricky. Really counting on this Oppression doing a lot of heavy lifting. But yeah, he's gonna be able to kill the Grepher for free. We're not gonna be able to answer that. We're gonna lose the Grepher. What have we got here? Back row. That's an ugly draw right after you set a continuous trap. I think the clear solution here is to just pop the set monster. It's very unlikely it's Sanguine. Yeah, set Dyna. So that's pretty good. Milling 3 darks with Dark Arm Dragon in hand is really stupid. I maybe should have tried for Armed Wing first. But it's possible I can manipulate this down to 3. It's going to activate Shadow Mirror. Dude, eat my ass. I don't want to play against this. Yeah, I could have special dat. Well, I could have gone for either way. Shadow Mirror stopping us like completely. Holy fuck, man! What a stupid card. I'm like, what is the back row that it's so good here that it can stop us? Oh, Shadow Mirror. Oh, okay. Sure. All right. Well. Looks like Wolf1 didn't really need Vayu Turbo practice to begin with. He just wanted to bully Keegan playing Vayu Turbo with his anti-Vayu Turbo deck. Which is fair enough. Alright. I respect it. I respect the hustle. Holy shit. Typhoon one time. I actually hate this game. I don't know if you guys know this. I hate it. Summon pass. I have every intention of deprisoning this stupid Stratos and hopefully regaining some initiative. Possibly drawing a... Oh, no. We're just going to commit. We're just going to overcommit as the opponent. We're going to overcommit into Mirror Force. Mirror Force isn't real. He won't have Mirror Force here. I hate this. I hate this game. It doesn't even matter if I had Mirror Force here. I would still lose. Okay, cool. We didn't draw our Erad. We didn't draw our anything. I played this game too passively. I wonder if we had Gores. I'm trying to think what I want to deprison here. Guess we lose the Dyna. That attacks. I'll deprison it. Man. What a game. I'm so over this. I'm so over this. Holy shit. Yeah, Shadow Mirror is really good versus Vayu Turbo. It's probably the single best card you can have. By far. It beats a large majority of the deck. Even if we didn't have the oppression here, this guy would be able to negate Gores. So, matchup's looking pretty good for the opponent. I think it was the first game, I was kind of warming up. I could have gone for a big Bryonic play. Elected not to, and that cost us. This game, I think big differences are I could have played more aggressively into a possible Gores, but I'll ask him after the match if he has it. So, well, right now. GG's. Did you have Gores? I'm asking if he had Gores. Yes, lol. Okay, cool. Sick. Do you want to switch anything? Or do you want to keep playing? I mean, it doesn't matter if I read it or not. I got fucking owned by Shadow Mirror. I killed the Gores for real, but I'll keep playing. Okay, cool. So this is some good practice. This is kind of showing you guys the weakness of Vayu Turbo. Shadow Mirror is a huge weakness. The fact that the deck is incredibly normal summon reliant is a huge weakness. The fact that you have to make weird Bryonic plays that are objectively bad. And here is another huge weakness of the deck. You'll just open Vayu Plague Necrogardener some games and you'll instantly lose. I think the worst or the best card in our hand to set is Necrogardener, and I'm going to set Solemn Judgment. But this is a very, very bad hand. This is like a bottom percentage hand with Vayu Turbo. And you play 5 of these Garnets, so these hands do happen quite frequently. The cool thing about these hands is like when you do find Dark Grepher, it immediately turns on your bad hands. So I do like playing more copies of Dark Grepher than average because I do want to be able to turn on my bad hands. Like I just genuinely want that. Um, like I don't want to bounce Grepher, but I also want Gores to be live. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. There's an awkward situation with Gores and having Lol and Shadow. Yeah, that is awkward, but it doesn't matter because Shadow Mirror just wins anyway. And Mole just wins anyway. So here's the Prisma. I'm going to Solemn this. I'm going to Solemn this because I need initiative. I need a lot of time. And I don't want him to get his fusion spells live. And this card gets the fusion spells live, and we have no way of dealing with the fusions if they hit play early and often. And this is why you play triple Dark Grepher. Because of situations like this, I'm going to normal summon Dark Grepher, activate the effect, pitch Vayu, send Elfin the Raven, and then I'm going to activate Vayu, banish the Elfin and the Vayu. Instantly, our weaker hand is looking like a very strong hand because of Dark Grepher. I don't understand why people don't play 3. I think it's like the best card in the deck, by far. We can even special summon Gale, flip Necrogardna. We could even make Yugioh Guardian beforehand if we wanted to. Not really. And you know what? Kind of want to. Yeah, fuck it. Just make Yugioh Guardian. He says, now you don't feel Gores. And no, I don't. Because we have Brain for Game. And we have a lot of good cards. And we have Necrogardna. And we have Yugioh Guardian. And we have Plague Spreader to extend. And he has no back row, and Mama didn't raise no bitch. What can I say? You're at 1,000, I've got a brain control. Good luck, have fun. This is why Dark Grepher is important in this deck, because it makes your bad hands good instantly. That's it. And this is kind of the strength of Vayu Turbo. I think the hands where you draw like Raikos and shit are like the mid hands, where you're just like preying on high rolling mills. And sometimes that does happen, sometimes it's good. But the hands that are just like the best are the hands where you have Dark Grepher and consistent pressure on an open board because you used a trap card. So like you've deprisoned a monster, your opponent has open lanes for attack, Dark Grepher plus a pitch is the best hand you could have for Vayu Turbo. Plus we went first this game, which gave us a ton of initiative, allowed us to synchro with the Necrogardna and the Gale into Yugioh Guardian. And so the opponent is just in a bad spot here. He can definitely deal with this. This is not like unbeatable by any means. He can go like Prisma, send Ocean, Miracle. That beats this board. But he needs a very specific board, or a very specific hand to do that. It usually involves double Miracle, or he needs like Future Fusion Miracle Tribute Monster. Otherwise, we're kind of sitting pretty. And the brain control should be what it takes. He can also set something like Fossil Dyna as a way to stabilize, but I am going to utilize the Plague to either make Stardust or make Bryonic, depending on the circumstances regarding how this turn is going to go, basically. He could Dark Calling into a big Dark Gaia, because you can use stuff from hand, but we've got Necrogardna and Brain Control, so not too worried about that. And that will cost him 3 cards, so he'd need another good 3 cards. He didn't have any back row this turn, or last turn, so he likely has 1 back row. And yeah. Kind of showcasing the strengths here of this specific type of draw. And the aggro draws from Vayu Turbo. I actually think that a hybrid Blackwing deck playing Necrogardna and Elfin the Raven has a lot of potential with triple Dark Grepher. And something I've been thinking about a lot. Oh, he just has multiple back row. That's ugly. I hate that. I hate that for me. I hate that a lot. How do we beat it? How doth we beat it? Huh. Let's just make Stardust. See if he has Torrential. It'd be pretty bad if he has Torrential. But if he doesn't have Torrential, then I'll just make Stardust. Okay. So he needs like Snowman Mirror Force to survive. We attack with the Armor Master. Let's see what he's got back there. Oh, he's just cooked. Okay, cool. Sick. It worked out well. His sets were probably bluffs, or at least one of them was probably a fusion spell, because he didn't set it on the previous turn. So, realistically, because he got me down too low. Yeah, I ripped Greffer like a noob. Lucker. Which is true, but that's why you play 3 Greffer. Alright, how are we sighting? It was Eradicator, Compulsory, Oppression, Double Dyna. I was sighting out Dust Shoot. I was sighting out Hamster, Raikou, Chaos Sorcerer. I forget the last card. Was it Return? Or was it Solemn? I think Solemn was really good there. I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to try cutting Return. I don't know. We'd also try Crow, but actually Crow's probably good. I just don't care that much. I just don't care that much. If I was going to add Crow, it would be over... I just don't want to add Crows. I just feel like they're not that good. Having 2 Raikous is still good, because it's like extra ways to pop back rows. It says I needed a battle trap, and then I would have been fine, but holding on for dear life. Yeah. Mirror Force lets him survive. And the reason I attacked with Armor Master was because if he has Deep Prison plus Snowman Eater, that also lets him survive. So if I attack with Armor Master, he has to Deep Prison the Armor Master. Otherwise, he goes like, okay, flip Snowman, and then we Stardust negate, and then we attack with Greffer, and then he Deep Prisons the Greffer, but that's like really bad. We get the Stardust back. And then we have Stardust Necro with Brain Control in hand, which is pretty fucking good. Man, I stay drawing this dog shit card. So bad. In this particular matchup. It's good in some other matchups, but we got the Erad on deck. It's pretty important for us that we get a good Raikou mill. So we're going to set these 3. I just hope it works. That's it. That's all there is to it. We just have to hope that this Raikou resolves. There really isn't another play. We could go Armageddon Send, but I don't want to send anything until after I've seen what I've milled. He's going to set some more monsters. Because of what happened last game with the Shadow Mirror, I'm much more likely now to start targeting back row. I want to hunt his middle set because he didn't activate it. It wasn't a Dust Tornado. It wasn't a chainable thing. So I'm going to go after the middle set because I fear the Shadow Mirror now. Good read. We milled no good cards, so this Raikou, despite clearing a very important floodgate, has not amounted to much for us. Pretty unfortunate. However, no, that just sucks. I'm going to set Necro Garden and pass. There really isn't a good play here. The Eradicator is seeming a little awkward. Maybe I should have kept the Necro Garden in hand in case I drew Greffer. But I want him to maybe fear something. I don't know. I'm thinking about a world in which I make Mistworm, but I don't think we extra deck it. Yeah, we don't have Mistworm in the extra deck. I don't see what he revealed, but hopefully it's not something insane. This Necro Garden might make him play a little weird. He's gonna send Big Piece Golem. We've got Royal Oppression for any fusion spells, which is nice, but it's possible he has a Dust Tornado now. I do not want that Prisma sticking around. It's problematic. I'm going to try to deprison it. It just gets him too much value. It's like a Foolish Burial every turn. And that's very good, for obvious reasons. Imagine an Armageddon Knight, but it's slightly stronger and it sends every turn. Sounds pretty good, right? It's because it is. Okay, in this hand, we could start pressuring, or we could just chill and vibe. And I'm kind of in the chill and vibe camp. I do want to Eradicator the spells at some point, but we're just like awkwardly far off from that ever happening. I will Solemn another Prisma, by the way, because I do not want him setting up his grave. He's just going to pass. Beautiful. Perfect for us. We drew Plague. Awesome. Do I extra deck Android? We do not, unfortunately. Is there anything else we can make? Plague and the Necrogarden makes Catastor. Plague and the Raikou makes Armory Arm. I think we go for a weird play here, but I'm gonna do it because it's kind of silly. Should we do it? Yeah, we should. I'm gonna start attacking these guys. That's it. Alright, there's a Snowman Eater. He's gonna pop Plague. Cool. That's totally chill. Now we can make Catastor at some point. Probably not now, though. There was a line where we make Armory Catastor, equip the Armory to Catastor, pass the turn, and we hold up Eradicator, which could have destroyed him if his hand is all spell cards. It's possible it is. Who knows? But it's more possible this is the reality we live in. I'm going to Solemn. And stop that guy. Because he's too good. Now he's got a Fiend and a Rock. He can go for Dark Calling if he wants to. And that will be met with Royal Oppression. But I just don't see him going for it into 2 back row. I think he's just going to wait until he has back row clears. This is kind of exactly what I was talking about. These are the worst cards, or the worst hands with Vayu Turbo, because you just don't have consistency. Like, Raikou is not a consistent card. It is a gamble card, where it's a 1-for-1 that can sometimes be a +1, or it can sometimes get you a really cool position, but sometimes it just doesn't. So it's just a random 1-for-1. It's been okay for us because it's just been like chilling and vibing, but there we are. Yeah, maybe I should have held the Necrogarden in case of this, but I'm kind of on board for like just getting into it, you know, getting into the whole situation. I'm going to normal Armageddon Knight. I'm going to use his effect. And this guy's going to send Elfin the Raven. And I'm going to attack with Armageddon Knight in case it's Jujutsu Master. We'll see what it is. Dinah. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I would not have said that if I was the opponent. We get a hit for 600 in, and we can pass. It's possible I should have just switched this to defense because of how low our life is, but I need to get damage. And he's had kind of a slow hand, and we've got oppression. That is pretty good, though. Can't lie. That is pretty darn good here. We need a Dark Monster ASAP. I would say yesterday is when we need a Dark Monster in our hand. Yeah. I don't love this. I'll be real. I was going to hit Armageddon. That's much better for us. That actually gives us an extra negate that we wouldn't have had otherwise, I'm pretty sure, right? 500 minus 12, 2500 minus 1200 puts us 1350. Yeah. Now we have 2 negates instead of 1, which is good for us. And there's a Dark Monster, so I can go for Grepher Priority. Once again, Grepher saving the day. And that's going to send Vayu to the grave. Unfortunately, it wasn't another Vayu, but we'll activate Vayu. Wait, see if he has Crow. A little bit of a Crow check, a little bit of a Shadow Mirror check. None of that. We're going to be able to banish both. Summon Armor Master. I'll go Battle Fate. Bottomless Trap Hole. Very nice. We'll go Eradicator. Naming spells. Hopefully that works. Showing off the tech card a little bit. Let's see if this works. It says no Vayus on that heat. They don't know. This is my special list. Yeah. I mean, it's not that special. Just has a couple tech cards in it. We're going to hit a Miracle. This is also going to be able to hit like stuff like Royal Oppression and shit. Or not Royal Oppression, Heavy Storm and stuff. Set card's Mirror Force, so now we know it's Mirror Force set. Hand is going to be Ocean Gores. Beautiful. Okay, so switch the Necrogarnet to defense. Man, that is annoying. Mirror Ocean Gores. Two for two. I'll set the barrel. There's really no reason not to. Pass the turn. Go 1 out of 3 on Virus. If it's a spell, it's immediately discarded. Virus. What is the card drawn? Guardian. That's pretty good. It will die to its own cost, but it's still a pretty good draw. We may need to post up with a Blackwing Synchro to not die, which sucks, but it just may need to happen. Normal Ocean, he has no targets besides the Stratos. Okay. That is a good target, so we're going to lose Greffer. He's going to kill the Raikou. So leaving the Necrogarnet, I need a Caius really fucking badly. Sirocco the Dawn. That doesn't do it, does it? Man. So bad. Sack Necrogarden for Sirocco. If I attack, this forces the Mirror Force. Which I want to do? Question mark. Alternatively, it just gives me outs to top deck Caius and like be crushing and. Alright, sure. We'll just pass 2 out of 3 Virus. Hopefully it's a spell card. It's fucking Dust Tornado, so why would it ever be anything good? Standby phase, he can bounce the Stratos. Yeah, he's going to do that. Normal Stratos, which effect is he going to use? Effective Pop. I'll chain. So, that'll put the Elfin and the Vayu in the grave. And then he'll pop the Royal Oppression. But he's got Dust Tornado, he's got Mirror Force, he's got Jaws. Now, if he sets the Dust Tornado here, it actually kills his Jaws. If we find a way to remove the Mirror Force. Actually, the situation's pretty good for us here, I should say. Because, like, Sirocco attack forces Mirror Force. We could also just Black Rose nuke. It says that was bad for him. Yeah. Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck is this? Okay, so I Black Rose, he has Gores. Ocean. What the fuck did he reveal? It was like Dust Tornado. What was revealed on Virus turn 1? I should just ask him. What is hand again? Alright, Gores, Dust, and I don't know what the last card is. So 1 out of 3 Virus at some point. Oh, Guardian, okay. That's a fucked up card to have last. Alright. Alright. Alright, I gotta do something. Synchro into Black Rose. Activate. I can't keep letting him loop the Stratos. It's just too good. And we can place the Armor Master in play here, or we can trade the Necro Gardener with the Guardian. I'm much more on board trading the Necro Gardener with the Guardian, because if he like sets a monster, I'd rather be able to normal summon Sirocco next turn. So I'm gonna pass. And then 3 out of 3 Virus. Hopefully we hit a spell. Dude, suck my dick. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? 2 Shadow Mirrors? Ah. He didn't draw a single spell. His deck is all spell cards. He didn't draw a single spell. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Okay, he's going to attack. Mama didn't raise no bitch, question mark. He's going to lose this for free. I'd rather keep the Necro. I'd rather keep it. I'd rather keep it. He can't reveal. He's not going to set for the Shadow Mirror. He's going to give me a chance to use the Vayu. Holy shit, he's giving me a chance. Okay. So we'll go Vayu, activate. Banish, banish, bring out Silverwind. What does this guy do again? During each of your opponent's turn, the first Blackwing monster you control that would be destroyed by battle is not destroyed. Oh, this is negated, right? Yeah, Vayu negates the effects. So, that doesn't even matter. We can't really attack into Gores effectively. So we'll just pass. But this basically forces him to not set the Shadow Mirror, because we'll start beating him to death if he doesn't. If he does. He starts viewing the graveyard. He probably top decked a fusion spell on the turn he's no longer locked by Virus. Which is just my luck, honestly. Oh, Rhoda. Okay. Targets. Prisma? Yeah, okay. Is he gonna play it though? Pass. Alright. You gotta be kidding me. That's funny. That's funny. Haha. Comedy. We drew 3 Siroccos and a Gores in a row. I don't know how people play this deck. I actually think this deck is one of the worst decks in Edison format. And I haven't played perfectly, but I don't know. And this deck is peak comedy. Peak comedy. We just gotta pass. He's gonna start discarding, which is nice. Or he'll have to start committing. But this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. What game is this? Game 1? No, this is game 2. We won game 1 though. Oh my god, I hate this matchup so much. But we gotta help our boy Test. Soul Release. I will chain Necro Gardener. Chain Gardener. Okay, banish my monsters. I cited our return, didn't I? Oh, so good. Tell me I'm playing against the double Shadow Mirror Soul Release. Oh. Fuck, that is annoying. I'm trying to think if we could be sideboarding a little differently. DD Crow doesn't look amazing. You've got to be fucking kidding me. This is crazy. He left us with 4 darks. Very smart. Because I am going to draw Dark Arm Dragon next turn. The fact of the matter is that there was 6 dead cards in my deck, and we drew all 6 of them in a row. That's pretty cool, I guess. That's fucking awesome. That's really great. Finally, fucking something. Jesus Christ. Pass the turn. What a game. Yeah, pretty frustrating game. I actually don't think he had to pop the Royal Oppression now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, here's the Jardian. I will activate to mill and pop when DB is done lagging. Is he gonna negate? Okay, he's gonna negate. Cool. There goes our second Reiko. Gone forever. I fucking told you guys. I told you guys I was gonna draw Dark Arm. What did I tell you? What did I tell you I was going to draw? I told you guys I was going to draw the only 7 dead cards in my deck. The fact that there's even 7 is crazy. But I was going to draw all 7 of them in a row. The odds of this happening, by the way, are miraculously low. Like, incredibly low. Yet here we are. Here we are. Full housing twice over. It's like our hand was pocket aces, and then they flipped 5 more aces. But aces aren't good in this circumstance. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of poker odds I want to talk about here. Holy shit, does this deck brick. It is really unfun to play. I don't know why people enjoy this. I'm gonna be honest. I would rather play a different deck. Almost always. A better Greffer deck, perhaps. Something like Zombies. Or Welladad or something to that degree. Where, like, my play actually equates to a game that happens. Thankfully, he's been so scared that he hasn't done anything. But little does he know, my hand is just bad. Like, it's just bad. I'm going to set compulsory and pass. Like, my hand doesn't beat a Shadow Mirror. Straight up. Just doesn't. Like, I don't beat anything, actually, with this hand. I'm at 150. Just make a play. I lose. Thankfully for us, his deck is bricking super hard, too. He says, never have I ever wanted to discard Future Fusion before now. Next time, don't ask me to play such a dog shit deck. You should just free roll this. Like you did at the RBET. Oh my god, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to let my salt out in the chat. Never let it out in the chat. Always keep it behind the screen. Lol. I'll hit him with a lol. Oh, Elemental Your Prisma. Okay. We're making plays. Making plays. Please set the Dust Tornado. Please be the Dust Tornado. I need that to be Dust Tornado. God, I hate this deck. Dust Tornado? Yes! I deserve this. I deserve this victory. I deserve this victory. Grand Mole. Okay. Go off king. Sure. That's perfectly fine. A new back row, you say? Perhaps a shadow imprisoning mirror? We shall see. 2K to the face. Space Typhoon his own card. Yeah, that works. He'll be able to drop cores and then we lose. Okay, there's the cores. He gets a token. Kind of have to hope he messes up. Set 3. Pass the turn. Both his back removal is now gone at least. Maybe he doesn't have a heavy storm. There's no shot, but maybe he doesn't. And maybe he summons into this. Whoa. Switching the Gorge is not what I expected. I for sure expected some type of attack. What's our angle here? Like, do we actually win somehow? Hold on. I think we actually win. Why did he play so scared? Why didn't he at least swing with the Gores? Huh. Okay. Wow. Caius. Target Gores and I win. That's crazy. I can't believe I won this game. I shouldn't have won this game. This was a fluke. This was not a good game by any metric. Activate Vayu. Vayu effect, okay. I should not have won this game. I should not have won this game at all. I think he played way too scared. If he's rewatching this VOD, just I think you played too scared that one. I drew 7 bricks in a row while I was at 150. I drew 3 Sirocco into Gore's dad brain heavy. You could have just attacked with Gores, and I lost the last turn. But there were other plays, etc. Had traps on to guarantee your Caius, but there were other plays. I mean, you gave me a turn, but there were other plays. Yeah, I think attack with Gores is the best play. Deprison, force, compulsory, all gone. Necro also gone. So it's just pretty likely to win immediately. All right. Do you want to run a third? Question mark. If I can out the token under a shadow mirror, then I can out the Gores. If I have torrential, I can even summon torrential board. But he would have torrential, he would have traps on for that. You have trap stun, but then I can do other stuff because mirror is negated potentially. Yeah. It's just too likely. It's just too likely I had Typhoon or Storm, and less likely I had Deprison. Because the deck only plays 2 prison. Take the gamble, I guess. I don't like my deck with Guardians, even with adding another rock to my usual amount. The Guardians were very good. They pressured amazingly well and won you the first match and almost won you this match too. Yeah, I think they were very good. upon evaluation, I think that this card was very strong for him. It's like if you had D-Prison and Compulse, it was GG. I had already used them. It was likely GG if you did nothing, because you died to Storm Caius and or whatever, Storm Gale, etc. Even Typhoon Gale. Right? Because you should have 3D Prison. The lists I looked at all played 2. And they were top 8 lists. Yeah, I looked at a bunch of lists and they all play 2. I'm not sure if that's like the most common, but I just looked at like the last like 5 top 8 lists and they were all playing 2D Prison. The last 5 top 8 lists, etc. The only cards that I have, the only not standard cards I have are 3rd Grepher, Elfin, and 1 Erad in this side. I don't know if this conversation's even beneficial to you guys, but if you didn't have Storm or Typhoon, then Caius wouldn't be GG. Neither would your Caius, though, right? If I didn't have a Storm or Typhoon, I go Caius on Gorse, and you go Shadow Mirror, and you can't win with your own Caius, right? I guess you could Trapstone. I guess you could Trapstone there. I still have full back row. Like, what could it be, to be honest? It's very realistically not good cards, because I wasn't setting anything prior. I also wasn't setting anything for turns because, or set for turns, then set 3. That's usually a sign I'm bluffing at least 1. Like in the last game where you set 2 last turn before not, or after setting for a turn, 1 was a bluff, right? Yeah, this is just genuine stuff. It's like if someone holds a bunch of cards and then sets a bunch. Oh, he left. That's awkward. Good conversation though. Good stuff overall. I think good intel. I do think that this match showed off a lot of the weaknesses of Vayu Turbo. It also showed off some side cards like Shadow Mirror that can do a lot of heavy lifting in the matchup. And it showed off a little bit of the weaknesses of this deck as well, being a little bit flimsy, a little bit slow to close things out. Overall, my thoughts are stay lit, fam. Smash like, subscribe. I guess I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.